Wisdom can keep you safe, but it can also prevent you from living the life that you want. Yesterday, we ended up going to Central Park, and there were a lot of kids that were playing there. And one of the kids ended up buying a plane in a store, and we have the same plane at home. So we know exactly, all the good things about the plane, but also the bad things. The bad thing being when you throw it too far out, it can actually end up on top of a roof or something. As the kids ended up going outside to play with the plane, my son came back to me and he was drawing. And I'm like, why don't you play with the kids? He's like, well, I don't want to play with the plane because I'm afraid that it will either, get stuck somewhere or that it would break. I'm going to tell you both happens. So one kid accidentally made it land on top of a higher thing, it's like a water fountain thing. But it got resolved because there were some older kids there. They were taller, so they got it out. And then one of the younger kids, he actually ripped it. So he broke the tail of the plane. And that's what I said to my son, with glue, you can easily fix that because I had to fix his multiple times too. And so I told him, I'm so proud of you for being so wise that you can think ahead and that you see consequences and all of that, because everything that you said, it happened. And I also understand where it was coming from, because it happened in the past where people would play with his toys, they would break it. And it actually happened even recently with his own. It was a ball, a little kid was playing with it, it landed in a tree. But at the same time, you can also just be a kid and play, a mommy can figure that out for you. On our way back home, he said, Mommy, I'm a bit sad because I didn't play. I wish I would have. I thought it was beautiful how he was expressing how he felt like it was a missed chance, that he didn't really play. He wanted to play more with the kids. But as we got home and I parked the golf cart, we heard a lot of kids screaming at the area of our pool. And so instead of walking home through the parking lot, we ended up walking through our swimming pool area. And there we saw a few of our neighbors and the kids were playing soccer. And so I'm like, yeah, go ahead. And I was sitting with the moms. We were having a beautiful conversation. And before I knew it, we were there over an hour. It really got late and dark. And Figo was having so much fun. And then as we got home, he's like, Mommy, thank you so much. I'm like, of course, because I knew that he wanted to just play. And I also felt like how beautiful is life when you allow life to also surprise you and show up for you, right? Because that's what happened. He basically got a second chance. And by overthinking it in the cart on our way back home, he knew, I just really want to play. So this morning when I dropped him off at school, he needed this cream because he had some rashes, and the cream that we use, it was already done. And I had to go and get some more before we leave to Holland. I felt like I don't want to go to the supermarket just to get that one thing, because I'm not going to do any groceries anymore since we're about to leave. So I'm just, eating what we have left, or we just eat somewhere in a restaurant or whatever. But I needed that specific product and they didn't have it here. So I had to go to the supermarket and get it myself, which is across from where we live. And just to give you an idea, we live in a compound. So we have a gated community where we live. And you can only get in if you have a QR code, or if you have, if you're someone that lives here, you have a passport, a little card. But I never thought about going as I was dropping the little one off, so I had nothing with me. But as I was walking, I'm like, oh my God, I'm basically at the gate. I might as well just walk a little bit more and just get it. And then I realized, yeah, but how am I going to get in? And I just had this fuck it energy, no, we'll figure it out. But we're going. There's no way that I'm gonna go back home to get the car, because I really felt a little hesitance of even going. So in that split moment, I'm like, take the chance now because I'm walking anyway. So I end up going there. But the funny thing is this, on my way back, I saw my neighbor. He was outside of the gates with the golf cart, and he was just about to step into the golf cart and drive towards the gate. And I'm like, oh my God, what a perfect timing. And so I approached him. I was like, hey, can I jump in on the back? Because his dog was next to him in the front. So, her name is Fiona, and it's his girl. He's the best dad for her. Anyway, I got in the back. It took me 2 seconds to cross over, and then I jumped out again. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna walk from here on because I want to get my steps in. But I was thinking, see, this little rebellious act of, I'm just gonna figure it out when I'm there. I know that there are consequences, but I don't want to miss out on this momentum of being able to just get it. Why am I sharing this? Like, how often in life do we know the rules? We know the rules, right? But sometimes it's so nice to just go in the moment. It doesn't mean that you are rebellious. It doesn't mean that you are that you don't see the consequences. But sometimes it's just worth the risk. And that's what my son is learning now too. Like, we would have figured it out if he would be the reason why the plane would have been stuck on something, on a roof, or if the plane would break, I would have figured it out. But end of the day, that should never avoid you from taking action and live in the moment. And the beautiful thing is this: life gets the chance to dance with you too. You know how freaking euphoric it feels to walk back and to see my neighbor and to be like, oh my God, life is on my side. You know, that feeling is everything. It's like you could have never thought about that beforehand, you know, but it happened. And the same thing with my son, who got a second chance, just us following the voices that we heard at the pool, and we ended up having a beautiful afternoon. And both of us enjoyed it, because my neighbor made amazing banana bread, and we were just sitting there, the three of us, enjoying mom life and saying goodbye, because we're all soon leaving. One is going to the States, one is going to Canada, and we're going to the Netherlands, right? So it was perfect. But yeah, how often do you say no because you think you're wise? How often do you say no to someone spontaneously inviting you for something where you're like, yeah, but I have a deadline? If you give someone 2 days to finish something, it will take them 2 days. And most of it would be postponing until they really have to do it, and then they fix it in 10 minutes, right? At least that's how I kind of work. And so it's like, sometimes pressure is good, but also have fun. Also live in the moment. Also just follow those inclinations. And I love that dance. I love that my son has a wisdom where he can think of responsibility, and he takes that responsibility, and at the same time it's like, hey, be a kid. We can figure it out. Be careful and be a kid, you know? It's not one rule. It's like, it's a dance. Life is a dance. And honestly, I felt so alive on my way back walking, and I'm like, fuck, this is amazing. I think maybe that is the secret sauce. Knowing that it will orchestrate itself. We don't have to constantly be wise and be controlling of the outcome. A lot of times life just has a better plan for you. And that is the magic of life. And this is maybe even one of the biggest secrets of how I live my life, and why I still feel like a kid, because those little things, they just hype me up. I love that. It really feels like life and me, like we're playing this game together. These are small examples, but these are everyday examples. And that is what makes my life feel so alive, and where I get to taste the magic of it. It's so beautiful to be surprised by life, honestly. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you in tomorrow's episode.